What if I told you that the reason we struggle with our body, our health, our energy was from trauma? I was not supposed to be successful. Hey there, 𝐭𝐫𝐮𝐫 here, fitness model, hormone expert, and a master energy healer. I help goal-oriented women clear out the reason why nothing has worked and finally step into their purpose and get everything they've ever wanted. Today, we're going to talk about my burnout and my stress. And something called Martyr Syndrome. Now, here's the woman that I'm not for. I'm not for the woman who is very easily offended because of how dare a girl that looks like me that's all fake and Barbied out, tell her what to do. Like, I'm for the woman who deep down wants it all. She has dreams. Well, even if she's a stay-at-home mom, she still wants to be able to be with her children and be involved and be present and be a present mother, and still be a good wife or partner or spouse, and still be able to bring income into the family. And we just want to look hot. At the end of the day, we want to look hot, but we want to feel hot. It's I've been there. I've been the fitness model on cover of magazines, and I didn't feel confident. Matter of fact, I was very sick. And so I'll give you a free training at the end of this video, at the end of this call, train, whatever you want to call this live stream. And then real quick, if you don't have a lot of time, kscship.com/register. That's one of them. But who knows where we're going to go. But my intention today is to shed some light on why we struggle with burnout, adrenal fatigue, and feeling almost resentful and feeling like a doormat and feeling like we do so much for everyone else. And we almost have guilt or fear when it comes into putting time, energy, or money, or whatever it is, into ourselves. And it probably could be an hour video, but I'm going to try to keep it into 15 minutes. So, as you know, or if you don't know, I had all the things from the outside, and I was miserable. I looked horrible. I looked twice my age. My adrenals were non-existent. I had hypothyroid, PCOS, depression. I was on all the anxiety medications. I was on all of the focus medications. I had trauma brain, and not from anything that happened to me. I thought I had a normal child. I thought I had normal everything. I didn't even really know I was stressed. I had alexithymia. Like, oh, are you really? I'm not angry. I don't feel that way. I just knew that go, 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 go. I was busy all the time, busy. Like I wanted to be busy. I would grind. I wanted to, make this and do that and da-da-da. And, resting was really hard for me, and I was struggling with my body. I was paying these coaches, spending thousands of dollars here, paying all the holistic doctors. I was doing all the natural stuff. I was going to endocrinologists. I mean, all that stuff. And I even have a total hysterectomy now, like banging. Like, I have a better body, had a better everything now than I did then. And I've had 2 children, 3 pregnancies, 2 C-sections, hysterectomy. I've been through it. And you wouldn't know that just looking at me, looking at me here. People, a lot of times want to judge me and things and like stuff like that. That's why I have that video for you. I've got old pictures. I've got my blood work where you could see how sick I was. I mean, I had fatty liver, you name it. Like, I was not supposed to be successful, period. I didn't come from successful, pretty wealthy, fit people. I just was not supposed to be successful. All I knew was work hard and life's hard, and then you die. I mean, that's what I thought. And yeah, just go watch my story, because that's not why we're here today. I'm just giving you a little bit of backstory. So let's get straight into why I had burnout and why I had so much stress, because I think that you're going to connect the dots here, because my intent, like I said, is to open your minds and your hearts, because we're too hard on ourselves. We're too hard on ourselves, but it's good. And I'm so thankful that you want more. But sometimes when we have failed over and over, like, it affects our self-esteem. And now it's not a fun place to be with women in the world who are very self-conscious, and women who are on edge, and women who just deep down aren't happy with themselves. Even though they may feel in denial, they still look at other women or sexy bodies and think, wow, I'll never have that. Or maybe they do really deep down want it, but they don't allow themselves to want it, right? So I'm here to show you that it doesn't have to be that way. And so let's go straight into it. There's something called Martyr Syndrome. And I pulled something up because I want to give like a very good description of it, because if I say it in my words, it may come off very cruel, kind of, sort of. But look, I had the same thing. I mean, I was a victim of circumstance. Everything was, look what happened to me. Oh, my kids are sick today. Oh, my kid went off the rails, or my husband's doing this, or the boss did this, or I was so reactive. I was reactive. And then what's every woman's story typically before she comes and works with me? Here's their story. I sign up to do these things. I lose the weight. I do this stuff. I finally get results. And then boom, something happens that takes her off her pedestal and everything falls. And, oh, see, it's just not meant for me. You know, success is not my thing. And it's just harder for me. And then we create stories. Then we have autoimmune diseases that flare up. And then we get addicted to our pain body and the story and the struggle, because that's how we receive attention ultimately, right? So, and I know you may be thinking, whatever, she doesn't know my story. Well, that's just how much static's there. But this is for inspiration to say, hey, you don't have to struggle. And I'm going to show you why you're struggling and how to get out of it. Do you want to know? Okay. So martyr complex. Okay. And then women. So here we go. Excuse me. Women in general, I want you to know something. The problem with a lot of us is that we're trying to be men. We're trying to be masculine, where we are one-way thinkers. We focus, we get things done. We're just trying to be men. And that's a lot of times what creates burnout, because women in feminine energy, which, by the way, just because you're a guy or girl does not mean you have one of these or you don't. Science has proven that everybody has feminine, masculine energy. There's a very small percentage that has just like one certain energy, right? So we all have feminine and masculine. Some women have more masculine, which if you are very masculine, like I was, tomboy, and you just, you're just, oh, I don't feel things. I don't cry. It's just grind, baby. Let's just get it done. You also, the good thing about that is you have equally a strong feminine energy, which is feminine. Our divine feminine energy is like multitasking. We really can. Women have a superpower. Do the dishes, write the kids' note, make lunch, and something else, and be done. Where a man, and bless his heart, the masculine energy struggles with that. Some women struggle with this too. But feminine energy is it's the power of the and. It is, yesterday I was talking to a lady and she was crying. I bet this woman has beat up on herself for however old she was, 30 years. Because she wasn't a good homemaker. She still wanted to work, and she had 3 kids and wanted to be a wife and all this and all this and all this. And she thought she had to choose. And I said, girl, I'm about to make 7 figures and got 2 kids, husband, like life, crazy stuff, all this stuff. I have things that come up. I have inner demons, and I do them both. It's an and type world for us women. We saw men, killing it, crushing it in the business world. And we thought that we just had to stay at home. We had to choose, and we don't. You can have a banging body. You can be a great wife. You can be a great mom. You can be a great contributor to your community or church or whatever it is that you want. You can do it all. There is a specific way, because if you do it the wrong way, which is the way I was doing it, you'll have adrenal fatigue, thyroid issues, money trouble, relationship trouble. You'll be burning the candle at both ends. You'll look twice your age. Or you can do it the other way, where you tap into that feminine energy and you heal a lot of this trauma that I teach. The Martyr Syndrome. Here we go. If you can identify this, by the way, and start working on it, increase your emotional intelligence, or just actually, start watching some of my videos or working with us to heal your trauma, life's going to be much different for you. So it can actually prevent stress on your relationships and burnout. And here's what it is, okay? Here's what it says. It's a victim complex or victim mentality, okay? And actually, if you don't fix this, you're going to be a very toxic mother. You're going to be a very toxic partner, okay? Because low key, it's almost like we do stuff out of manipulation when we don't even realize it. When we do things and we're like, well, why isn't he doing that? I did that. I told her yes, so she needs to pay me back this favor. That's wounded feminine. That's the wounded part of women that don't like other women. It's because we need to shift out of the wounded energy and get into the divine energy. And it's going to take some time, okay? But shifts happen really, really quickly. They can be instantaneous. I mean, think about one of the happiest moments of your life where you're really proud of yourself, okay? That's an energy shift. That's how fast you can change once you're just open to receive the healing and the healing. Once you're just open to receive and see things differently, it can totally happen. You just have to say that. You have to say that. You have to want that. So at its core, the victim complex involves someone viewing themselves as a victim of their life events. Okay, well, I just didn't go to school, or this is just me. I just wear this. They often express that bad things always happen to them, claim that they have no control over life, and they don't really take responsibility for what they do. And like I said, I was like the star child of that. I had something called the other shoe syndrome. And I go over that in my free training, caseyship.com/register. I go over what that means. And what I thought was I would be like high on life and really just proud and feeling good. And I would all of a sudden think something bad's going to happen. I just know it. Something's always, lurking in the shadows, or blah, 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 blah. I don't deserve this happiness. I don't deserve pleasure. Because a lot of women, we were taught to sacrifice everything give up everything we want for others for the greater good. And that's not divine. That's not good. And that's a lot of our problems. And so, and unfortunately, certain toxic, when you take it to the toxic level, a lot of women with autoimmune diseases and or struggling with their weight or health, that becomes their identity and they get attention. And now it comes from trauma, and I'm not going to go into that here. This is just identifying why we have low self-worth, why we feel like we have to do so much, and why we're running ourselves in the ground, and why no diets ever work, and why we're holding on to weight. It's all from trauma, and this is just like one small smidgen of it. This is like tip of the iceberg. But once you open up to this way of thinking and go, oh my God, wow, I'm not dumb, I'm not less than, I'm not unworthy, I just didn't know these things. Because odds are, we're just kind of doing things the way we were taught, and the great, awesome women in our family who did the same thing, right? But that's not a vibe. Okay, so yeah, okay. I found something earlier, and I was like, where is that? Yeah, it says sometimes women can be forced into this role because of their environment, especially if you're service-based, which most women, I mean, we're just born. Feminine energy is service-based. It's doing for others. I mean, it's like, you know. Where is the, oh, here we go. Being the hero. So the hero syndrome, it concerns us, it is a sign of martyr complex, and we often play the hero where we just do it ourselves. Oh, I just need to make the appointment for him. Let me just do this. My husband's like our third child. If I wasn't here, I don't know what y'all would do without me. The need to feel needed. That's the martyr complex, and that's why nothing else is working out and everything's a struggle. Oh, man. And all of this is to hopefully be recognized and praised. But when you do things out of that subconsciously because of your trauma, that's never going to happen. And guess what we do? More, harder, strong. We got to go more, got to grind harder, got to do this, got to do that. We want to solve everybody's problem. We lack self-care. We pour from an empty cup all the time. Well, that's just what good moms do. No, they don't. Good moms take care of themselves. Now they're more calm. They can hold space for their children when their children are flipping out or acting like children versus flying off the handle or not emotionally caring for them. And even if you say you're doing all the work and all this stuff, look, I'm an expert at this point. I'm an expert with hormones and health and well-being. And even I trip up and do all this stuff. Oh my God, gas. Casey's not perfect, right? I'd like for my husband to think I was, but I'm not. Definitely have my faults. So and I'm saying that because one of our testimonials, you'll see it if you go on kscship.com/testimonials. You'll scroll down and it'll say like, is hot moms better than therapy? And you'll see so many women who spent so long in therapy and talk therapy and even EMDR and all this stuff. They never even tap into this right here, because this is weight loss, this is health, this is everything, hormone healing, a trauma-informed approach, and that's the only way out, right? So it's bringing back that compassion, it's bringing back the understanding of why we do the things we do to be able to choose a different way that feels a little bit better, so we can break the cycle and the cycle of things not working out and actually bring our children up the way they deserve it, just like you deserve. You deserve to not walk around on eggshells, and you deserve to have the things you want, have the body that you want, to look hot, for God's sake. You know what I'm saying? And victim complex always seeks chances to sacrifice. You know, they always look for opportunities to step in harm's way. And matter of fact, some people, like when everything's going good, the kids will, do something, and we're just like, oh my God, here we go. It's just my thing. And then they drop out of whatever they were doing really good on. You didn't have to do that. And that's where I show women how to address the BS and the crap storms and everything that comes up that seems like it's your thing that just takes you off your pedestal. I show you how to address that and clear it out and still show up for yourself. It's a dance. It's a dance, but you got to learn how to do it. Or you can just keep living miserable and always searching for the next diet and the next cheat program or the next coach or the next mindset offer or whatever. But not until you understand how to approach this in a way where you address your trauma and the way you think and your energy in which you just do everything. Oh man, you're just gonna stay in that trauma cycle, because we're always looking for, how do we stay in the familiar? So anything that feels discomfort or feels uncomfortable, hello, we're not going to do that. So we're going to always look for things to come in our way to go, see, I knew this would happen, because we want familiar. We want that. It's not knowing is what's so scary. But when you learn why you've been so scared, you're like, you embrace this. You get in touch with your true divine energy of being a woman or man. And you find you're happy, and you find results finally, and you find a world you didn't even know existed. So you need some help. You need some help. I just want you to know, first of all, the reason that a lot of women struggle with weight, body, health, anything like that is it's really just a lot of the martyr complex, doing for anybody else and taking pride in how much you do for everybody else, and how just there's nothing left in your tank because you just go and do for everybody else. I mean, that's cool, but what do you got to show for it? You know, I know people that has so much more on their plate, and they're put together, they're spiritually grounded. They can do more. You can do more. It's like my kid. Let me give you an example. Sorry, I went ADD. My kid goes to preschool. He hates taking a nap. And I said, son, why? He has like fear of loss. He goes, I want to play. I don't want to lay down. I said, well, what happens when our phone loses its charge? We lose access to everything. You can't even watch my videos. Can you imagine a world where you don't get to watch my videos? I said, you lose everything. So if you imagine that you sleeping is like charging your phone, now you can play more and play harder and actually have like better friends because you're not so tired. You're allowing people to just step all over you, and you're not saying things because you're just tired. Your energy is not depleted. So think of it like that, okay? You're going to be able to do more. You're going to be able to give more. You're going to be able to do and give more and be a better mom, wife, and everything, and actually have it all. If you understand that the only reason that you struggled this whole time was because of trauma. Okay, so I want you to go watch my training. I show you the 3 secrets on how I healed mine, and mine actually showed up in metabolism. I approached it with fitness first, and I really struggled. You can check that out. I was doing 2-a-day cardios. I really thought I had to kill myself. I remember taking like 1 MR. I would just pound the caffeine and pre-workouts just to go work out. By the way, if you tend to go to caffeine to like make yourself do things, that's a dead giveaway that you are operating by trauma, and it needs to be cleared out. Or else a lot of other things it's not gonna be good. But I'll show you how I went from like 1,400 calories a day, doing 2-a-day cardios and just feeling like so much fear around food and scale and all that stuff, to eating, oh my God, 2,500 calories. I show you how I completely transformed my finances and retired my husband and moved to somewhere that was like a vacation spot for me. I show you how I ended the other shoe syndrome. I show you how I prevented and cleared out the reason why things always had to mess up when I was doing so good. Yeah, I think you need to go watch that. So go check it out. And if you want to know more, like once you watch it and you want more, you'll see. It'll as soon as you opt into that, you'll get a text from us. You'll be invited to my private, exclusive, free group where I have a lot of cool videos. We go way deeper. This right here is very mainstream and snowflake, believe it or not. I cuss, and so I cuss in there, and we just go a little bit deeper. So you'll be invited to that. You'll receive free gifts. We've got food tests. We've got anything and everything. We just want to meet you where you're at, find out what's going on, and give you something that you can put to action right away that's going to help you with your situation. This is it. I've got a free training, kscship.com/register. Be sure to grab that and then join my free Facebook group and just reach out. Struggle is not required, so hit me up, kscship.com/register. Talk to you soon.